there, fans, what's going on? Welcome back to our channel. Like I promised you in our last project update, I'm going to go ahead and do an audition video. So what we're going to do is, a couple of weeks ago, I posted Audition. I posted a series of characters along with like about 3 different lines regarding regarding our sequel film, right? Dinobots Unleashed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and flash these lines for each of the characters. And I'm going to give you guys a little bit of information on each of the characters. That way you have something in mind as you do these auditions. Now, like we mentioned before, if you did an audition, if you submitted one already, and based on the information that we're giving today, you want to redo it, that's fine. Send us an email with the word re-audition as your subject line, right? And then the character that goes along with it, so we know to replace it with the previous one, right? So let's go ahead and jump into it. And I apologize, my throat is a little hoarse. I'm kind of having my dessert, ice cream. Anyhow, first character, we'll start with the Dinobots, right? Why? Because Dinobots they've always been my favorite since I was a kid. Remember, I was there when the first episode aired, right? So Transformers #1, which most of you guys have seen, but I saw it as it aired live. And as a kid, I always liked dinosaurs. And so when I saw the Dinobots, I was like, whoa, robot dinosaurs, that's cool. And so obviously I had to bring them in to the sequel. One of my biggest criticisms of Transformers 4 was how Michael Bay poorly used the Dinobots. I thought that for such popular characters, more could have been done, and so we want to do them justice in our sequel film of Dinobots Unleashed, right? So let's jump into it. Grimlock. So as you can see here, he's got 3 lines, as you can see on the screen. Now, what I want to tell you about Grimlock, I'll give you a little bit of background on him. He is Cybertron's most famous, successful, and powerful general. He was under the direct orders of the Autobot High Council. And, we want somebody that portrays a strong leadership role when voicing this character. None of our Dinobots are dumb. They're pretty intelligent. Why? Because remember in G1, they were created on Earth. They were created by Wheeljack and Ratchet. And they were created, to mimic actual dinosaurs, even in their intelligence level, right? And so that's not what we're doing here. We're actually going to take a page, I guess, from the IDW comics, where they were their own strike team, right? And so, I think there was a war within Grimlock where he was a general. So we're going to take inspiration from that, to be quite honest with you. So when you do Grimlock, think powerful. Don't think dumb Dinobot. Think powerful, strong, military, leader. Someone who is quick to throw down, to be honest with you. He has a bit of a temper. In the essence that he's a no-nonsense type of a bot, right? He doesn't have the same, I guess, level of compassion and mercy as Optimus does, especially when he's being threatened. He's no nonsense. You threaten him, you're going down. I'm not going to try and play peacemaker with you while you attack me, right? So that should give you a little bit more context on who Grimlock is, right? Next up is let's do Swoop. Swoop is he's air support for the Dinobots, right? So he's very crafty as far as his ability in the skies, right? Maneuverability. But as far as his personality goes, I want him to be kind of like techie. I want him to be like the smart bot, right? The most intelligent probably out of all of them. So I would say go for something like that, right? Doesn't have to be nerdy, because remember, they're still soldiers in essence, right? So strong, brave, and techie. Next we have is Slash. I'll do Slash. Those are the 3 characters that we've revealed so far. I like Slash. I like the fact that she's a Velociraptor. Pretty cool. When you think about her, I like to think about some of you guys might be a little bit on the young side. You might have to do some research. So back in the 90s, there was a show called Xena, the Warrior Princess, right? And, it still baffles me how we get all these labels of racism and misogyny and how, the patriarchy and all this nonsense. Xena, the Warrior Princess was a phenomenal show. I watched, not just me, a bunch of other people. We watched that along with Hercules, done by Kevin Sorbo. So Slash is going to be that type of a character, very strong warrior, like fierce, right? She's bigger than RC because she's a Dinobot. So that size comparison does add on to her strength when, like, if she were to take on, let's say, one of the Spider Sisters, right? Arachnid is pretty much the same size as RC, maybe a little bit bigger because of the arms. But if we do like a bot-to-bot comparison as far as height goes, I think they're relatively the same size. So Slash would actually tower over her. So think Warrior, Xena Warrior Princess when you're thinking about doing Slash. Let's see. Slag and Snarl. Slag and Snarl, I want to remember, Slag is the Triceratops, Snarl is the Stegosaurus. They're going to be the brutes. They're going to be the brutes, the muscle. They're going to be the muscle. They're not dumb. They're just brutes, right? Maybe think classical jocks back from the 80s. I wouldn't say jocks now because jocks are pretty smart, but I would say your stereotypical jock from back in the day, right? Maybe like a Flash Thompson type of character, right? Just not mean like that. But they like to throw down. They like to fight. They're quick to fight, right? They don't even care about asking questions. They're like what's that phrase I heard? They're like hammers. Show them a nail, and they're right on it. So I would say strong, rough and pretty hard, strong, bots, So something along those lines. Then we have Sludge. Sludge is the Brontosaurus. Sludge is interesting. I kind of want to make Sludge the second in command. So yeah, think again, Lieutenant to Grimlock, if you will. Again, not a whole lot of deviation as far as their abilities because of the fact that or the way they should sound. They're strong characters. They're a special team that was put together, to hammer away at anybody and anything. So they're a pretty strong group. So that should round us out at about 6 Dinobots. So if you have any questions, just hit me up in the comments. Next up, Darksteel, Predaking, and Arachnid. Now you guys should know what they sound like, so I'm not gonna go too far into details there, right? Black Arachnia. Think I honestly I don't know where to go with her. As far as her voice goes, we can go Beast Wars route or we can go Transformers animated, to be quite honest with you. I don't really care, but let me give you a little bit of background. Black Arachnia is obviously the sister of Arachnid. I'll give you a little tidbit into her backstory. It was thought that she had died at the hands of a specific Autobot, and but unfortunately, unfortunately, depending on what side of the spectrum you're on, those rumors were exaggerated. She is quite alive, and she is quite well, and looking for some revenge. She is a mad scientist, also in the essence, where maybe Shockwave dabbles. It looks like he dabbles in a little bit of everything. She is more specific to biochemicals. So biochemical warfare is her thing. So hope that gives you a lot of information on where we want to go with Black Arachnia. The final character that we posted is the Insecticon. Right now, he is a general Insecticon. I do have a name. I think I named him Razorhorn, if I'm not mistaken. So that is going to be our Insecticon. And again, you can mimic the general voices from the show. And if you want to give it a new take, by all means, you can give it a new take. He will have a personality similar to Hardshell, similar in the essence that he's got a personality, right? But he's more or less going to be like a drone, a follower, right? There's no difference there. He still follows Arachnid. Arachnid is, either by mind control or whatever the case may be. So this particular Insecticon is going to be called Razorhorn, if I'm not mistaken. So just do your best Insecticon. Listen to, the Insecticons from the second season. Listen to Hardshell and see if you can mimic a voice that's close to that. Guys, that's pretty much it. Those are all the voices that we have. So again, if you have any questions, hit me off in the comments. I'll answer right away. I'm always paying attention to the comments, monitoring them. And if this is your first time sending in an audition, just let us know. It's for Dinobots Unleashed Audition, and then the character that you're auditioning for. If it's a re-audition, if you want us to replace, you want to redo your audition from the first time because you got new information, do on the title, do re-audition on there. Keep in mind that we're looking for quality, right? Not speed. It's not first come, first serve. Don't rush through this to get it in and think that you're the first one and you're going to get selected. No. What we're looking for is quality. We're looking for voice acting. We're looking for portrayal, right? So, do those things right so that way you have a better chance at getting selected. Keep in mind that we also are looking for the raw file, no audio manipulation whatsoever. If you decide to do a video on YouTube as your audition, fine. Just send us the email and put the link to the YouTube within the body of the email. Because if you do a YouTube and you tag me on it, I'm not gonna copy and paste it into there. I'm not gonna do that. So please follow instructions so that way it'll increase your chances of getting selected. Guys, I wish everybody good luck. I hope everybody I would love to bring everybody on board, but obviously we're looking for quality talent. So good luck to all of you guys. And guys, until next time, peace out till all are one.